Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to another video. I am Lena Lilith, and today we're going to kind of be going over some of the basic terms that are associated with DID and OSDD. Now, for those of you who are new to our channel or to our mini-series, DID stands for Dissociative Identity Disorder, and OSDD stands for Otherwise Specified Dissociative Disorder. Now, I will try to put a link above of the beginning of our series. However, if I do forget, I apologize. I will be making sure that I put the start of the series at the end of this video. Now, to kind of start, we'll start off with the basic term of alter. An alter is a quote-unquote alternate personality state. Alters occur due to trauma around the ages of 5 to 9 when a child's personality has not quite formed. The trauma kind of goes in and changes things around and it doesn't quite mesh anymore. Alters can be referred to as alters, headmates, or a number of different terms. What they're referred to as kind of depends on the preference of the system and its individuals. Like for me, I prefer alter, whereas my sister Sam prefers headmate. System. This is the term used to talk about the entire group as a whole, whether that group be of 2 or more alters. So basically, together, all the alters together form a system. InnerWorld. This is the internal world that is inside the body or the mind, where the alters basically live. Inner worlds can be very small and simple, like a single room, or can be very elaborate and expansive, like an entirely new solar system with different planets and groups of people. Some systems, however, do not have a known inner world. And all of that is to say that inner worlds are extremely diverse among systems. Triggers. Some of you may already know about triggers that are associated with like PTSD. However, DID and OSDD also have triggers. These triggers can be either positive or negative and force an alter to basically come forward in front. Positive triggers can be things like maybe their favorite music, whereas negative triggers can be like certain sounds, phrases, or sensations such as cold. So basically like things that they really hate, but it just forces them to just come to the forefront. When it comes to triggers, it's important to not purposefully trigger an alter out, as this can cause harm not only to that individual, but also to a system as a whole. And this is for whether it's a positive trigger or not. This is not a game and it's not funny. Forcing somebody to front for your pleasure and entertainment, one, is extremely rude. If you've like whoever was fronting, you force them back and put another person forward who may not even have wanted to come out. Again, this is very rude and very cruel. However, this includes doing this to systems and singlets. Now, the best way for me to explain fronting, co-fronting, and co-conscious is by using the quote-unquote car analogy. I heard about this whenever I first discovered the Multiplicity and Me channel, and well, it kind of just makes sense. So, your body is kind of like the car. Whoever is fronting is basically in the driver's seat. They see everything that's going on, and they're controlling the motions of what's going on. Now, when someone is co-fronting, you have someone who is in the front seat driving the car and a passenger, whether that be in the front or the back seat. Typically, co-conscious or co-fronting for us anyway, someone's basically in the front passenger seat. And they know most of what's going on, and they may have some influence on what is occurring. However, for some people like us, on rare occasions, when we co-front, it's not just 2 alters, it can be more than 2, which can get really confusing because then you hear like everybody's voices and concerns, and For us, it makes us freeze up because it's like, oh God, there's so much going on. Just shh. I don't know if other systems have that problem. If you are a system watching this, like, please feel free to comment because I personally am kind of curious about if other people experience this like we do. Now, for co-conscious, this is where there is, again, someone in the driver's seat and at least one other alter that is maybe sitting in the back seat or maybe in the trunk of a car. The others may know that at least something is happening, but they don't really know everything that's happening, and they have basically no influence on what is happening or occurring. Now, some systems give themselves a name to kind of refer to the entire system as a whole. For example, you have dissociated and multiplicity and me, and many others. For us, we kind of actually have two names, the continuing life system and Aaron, spelled Aeryn, rose like the flower. This kind of allows us to not only be able to identify our system as a whole, but it also allows us that kind of freedom of being able to write and create content and hopefully soon publish works without the stigma of being a system becoming an issue and causing harm to us in our everyday life. Now, when it comes to pronouns, in my experiences, alters have their own preferred pronouns. For instance, I prefer they, them, or they, them, whereas my sister Sam prefers they, them, and the littles in our system prefer she, her, while others haven't made their preferences known. Now, collectively, I'm not sure if this applies to other systems as well, but for us, when we refer to all of us, we obviously use we, us, they, them, and prefer when other people refer to us as they, them, because we're not just a single individual. There are multiple of us living in a single body. And this concludes our little video today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed it and found this information helpful on basic terms that are associated with DID and OSDD. Please, please, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to get notified when we post next. Remember, your help helps us and others like us to help end the stigma around mental health, and in this case, specifically on DID and OSDD. Thanks again. Until next time.